Hey guys, Brian O'Brien here with another week of my culinary school experience, journey, adventure, whatever you want to call it. This is week 3, and wow, what a week. Just like every week, this place is incredible. I learned so much. First class I'll talk about is gastronomy, because that's actually the first class that I kind of have in the morning on Tuesdays. Gastronomy this week, we really kind of got into a little bit of the history of some of the chefs that really kind of built the food in the culinary world as it is today. You know, we're talking about Escoffier, we're talking about Bocuse, Paul Bocuse, rest in peace. But we talked about a lot of that and kind of what they brought to the culinary world and why and how things are different because of people like that, which is really fascinating stuff. Really, really cool. Again, that's taught by Professor Wolf. My other liberal arts class is menus, taught by Professor Rogi. That class we kind of talked about kind of leadership styles. We talked about servant leadership this week, which is about kind of in a managerial kind of role. A servant leader is really there to serve the employees first, you know, trying to really do everything in his or her power to build them up, to lift them up professionally. So that was really cool. We also talked about kind of external factors and things that external things that can happen to a restaurant that can negatively or positively affect business. So that's all really good stuff. Fascinating class. Really, really excited about both professors of the liberal arts class. Now this is week 3, so it's actually the end of the first block of the second semester. The semesters here at CIA Greystone and CIA Hyde Park are separated into 3-week blocks. That wasn't too obvious in the first semester because most of the classes were a lot longer, at least 6 weeks long as opposed to 3. But this week I finished my 3rd class, which is Seafood Identification and Fabrication, otherwise known as Fish Fab. And that's with Chef Almir. This was a big week. We did a lot less fish fabricating, a lot more fabricating of other kind of species. Here's some pictures of some of the fabricating I did this week. Couple species and fish that I worked with. We have octopus. We did some oysters. Some mussels and clams were in there. We deshelled and cleaned scallops. We worked with several kinds of shrimp. We did some whole live lobster. We did some whole live crab, crawfish, and I even got to break down a beautiful sea urchin and pull the tongues out. That was absolutely fantastic. First time I did that. And then yesterday we actually had caviar day, which was just spectacular. I think there were 6 different kinds of caviar. We all just got to taste and talk about the different animals that they come from. Fun fact, no caviar is actual caviar unless it comes from a sturgeon. Only sturgeon produce caviar. Other fish produce roe. So fun fact for you. So I've actually today is Friday. I just got home. I took my Fish Fab final, so I'm done for the day. The final consisted of a written final, but then also kind of a PowerPoint presentation of different fish, and you had to identify them, whether it was sturgeon or salmon or octopus or Arctic char. You know, we went through a slideshow, we had to write down what it was, and then we also got a written test. So that class is over, and next week I get into meat fabrication with Chef Kelly. So I'm really excited about that. So that's a wrap on week 3, guys. It's Memorial Day weekend. I'm going to go out and celebrate with a little wine drinking and with my roommates. It's actually my roommate Annie's 30th birthday. Shout out Annie. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. If you have any questions about what it takes to get enrolled, what it's like to be a student, what it's like to live in the dorms, what it's like to live in your own home and be a student at the Culinary Institute of America at Greystone, please feel free to reach out. You can reach me by emailing Brian at chefbrianobrien.com. You can send me an inbox message or just comment below. Thanks again for watching, guys. See you next week.